So this song was sang by Jay Cho. I've never heard of this song. Well, maybe one time. When I went to Kaohsiung, at the book signing there at the Mitsukoshi store, someone sang this song. Right? So I had this impression. I heard it once and forgot how to sing it. So this song is the name, a title of a song, but this kid's dad thought it's a tea. Oh, it's a wine, chrysanthemum wine. So one wisdom is non-arising of birthlessness. I cannot talk more about it, otherwise you would gain enlightenment. Then what would I sell? Because all my books on Zen koans is about enlightenment, is to entice you to become enlightened. So one wisdom, non-arising, and then I cannot talk more about it, otherwise you'll all gain enlightenment. That's the climax. I cannot talk more about it, about this non-arising of birthlessness. Do not think backward, for it has passed and it is unattainable. So do not think about the mistakes of the past, because they are unattainable, but often think forward. And you need to put repentance into practice. That's thinking forward. And maintain clear and perfect thoughts, that every thought is perfect and pure. Then at that moment you would see the Buddha Mother, that you would naturally see the original nature, I mean the Buddha nature. So on this New Year's Day, some people took their children to the zoo and to see the panda. So in mainland China, the term is different from the Taiwanese term. Do you know the wish of panda? He wants to be his pictures. He wants his pictures to be color and not black and white. Always unattainable. He wants to be in color. So that's always unattainable, because the panda is always black and white. So that's unattainable, cannot be obtained, and always pure and originally pure. And what is the most pitiful about the panda? He always eat vegetarian food, but he's always gaining weight. Don't think that by eating vegetarian that you can lose weight. But look at the panda, he gains weight. The panda only eats vegetarian, and he's chubby and round. And he looks silly. He looks like a fool. So the pandas were very sad because he's still so fat. Even he eats vegetarian all his life, but even when he's fat, he's cute. And he wants his pictures to be in color. But even when the cameras can take color pictures, he's still black and white. So that's unattainable. So as long as your thought is perfect and pure, then you would be able to see your Buddha nature, and the Buddha nature will naturally appear. Although there is a distinction between good and bad, everything is created by your mind, and that's still created by your own original mind. So I've said this before, you love with passion, but when you hate, you also hate with passion. So whether it's love or hatred, they're all generated by your own mind, your own heart. Maybe at first you love him and then or her, and later on you hate him or her. So it doesn't increase. Right? Because it's originated by your own mind. Although there's distinction between good and bad, the intrinsic nature, the original nature is still the same, is still number one. So whether you love or hate, it's still that. It's still your original mind. So this non-dual nature is the true nature. But if you don't put it into practice and you don't see the Buddha nature in reality, so if you can only understand in theory but you don't practice, then you still will not be able to see the original nature. So this is what I would like to add. If you do not practice, you would not. You have to practice on your own, otherwise put it into practice, otherwise you will not be able to see the original nature. There are 3 people went to New York City and they stayed at the 45th floor of a hotel. And when they got in, oh no, the elevator was broken, could not reach the 45th floor. So the employee told them, so I would just arrange 3 beds in the lobby so that you can stay at least for the night. And these 3 people said, but we rather stay at the 45th floor. So they agreed with each other that in climbing to the 45th floor, they should tell stories, tell jokes, and laugh and sing. So they climb the stairs and they sing and tell jokes and laugh and tell stories, and they reach the 40th floor. And then they point to one person, now it's your turn. And then he said, this is a joke. But after you laugh at this joke, then you would cry. You would be sad. And please don't be too emotional. And just listen to this joke calmly. And the other 2 people said, what kind of joke is that? And he said, I forgot to bring the key to that room on the 45th floor. You know, they already reached the 40th floor. Only 5 more floors. to climb.
我忘了那个钥匙还
And
是
he
放在1楼
forgot the key
房
to
间
the
的钥匙
room.
放在1楼。
The key is on the ground floor.
我讲这个笑话的意思是这样子讲。
So the meaning of this joke is
拿这个钥匙爬到45层楼去睡，
by
你才能够完成
bringing
目
the
的。
key
到了45
to
层
climb
楼
to the 45th floor, then you can sleep on the 45th floor. Then you can reach your goal.
你
Then
理
that
论
would be
上知道
perfect.
了，我只要
But if you know the
爬到
theory,
第45层，
as long as I
我就可以在
climb
那
to
个
the
房自
45th
己的
floor,
房间睡觉。
then I can sleep in my room.
但是呢，你忘掉钥
But
匙，
you forget
你就不能
the
到
key, then you would
这
not
个
reach
事
your
理
goal.
就要严浓。佛教讲
So you have to complement the theory with the practice.
六祖在这里跟你讲
So in
一遍
Buddhism, it has to be like that. So the sixth Patriarch was talking about the concept or the theory
不
here,
染善恶，在实性里面不染善恶。
that in true nature, one is
这个就是
unaffected by the
圆满
goods and the
报身。
bads. And then this is the Buddha in perfect light body.
为什么不染善恶？
Why?
就是钥匙
You're uncontaminated by the goods and by the
善
bads.
恶出于你
That's
自
the
己的
key.
本性，
You know because the goods and the bads
但是
come
你
from
没
your
有
own
实
mind.
际上去修法，没有
But
实
if you
际的
don't
口
put it
诀
into
能
practice
够打
or
开
to
这个
do the
门，
Dharma practice and you don't have the key formulas to open
你
the
没有
door,
办法圆满。
then you will not reach that perfection.
所以佛法是事理圆融。
So Buddha Dharma
理我们知道啊，六祖有讲啊。
has both sides, theory and practice, and they have to have both. So a light can light up eons of darkness, and a wisdom can eliminate eons of foolishness. Do not think of the mistakes of the past. That's unattainable. But we need to think forward and always have clear and pure and perfect thoughts. Then you can see the original nature. So although there is no distinction between goods and bad, because they all come from the intrinsic nature, but this non-dual nature is true nature, that in the Buddha nature, it is uncontaminated by the goods and by the bads. Then that would be the perfect light body of a Buddha. So the theory has been explained clearly by the sixth Patriarch, that every thought is perfect and pure. Always think future. Then there would be a true repentance. So by returning to purity, by putting repentance into practice, then that would be the key. So even when you reach such a high place, but if you don't have the key, then you would not be able to enter into your room. So we really have to do the practice to put it into practice. Like Grandmaster Lu, His Holiness always practice every single day, even when he's traveling, even when I'm traveling, every single day. So I myself is always one, always number one.
这个很多人送我很多条链子。
A lot of people offered
像这个
a lot of
笨笨
necklaces
送我这个
or this mala beads,
这个白银色的这个珠子，
the silver
的
beads,
这个珠子，我就挂了。
and I wear it.
挂了不是死那个挂了。
And the Chinese term also mean like I'm dead, but not that. Actually, I just wear this.
这个项链，
A lot of people
很多项链，我也
give
很多项
me
链
a lot of
这个项链是
necklaces.
比较轻的，大家常常看到。
This one that you often see with the picture of a peacock is very light. It's the one that I wear often. And someone asks, why do you always wear that necklace? Are you being nostalgic of the person who gives that to you? How dare, how can I say that? I just know that this is Mahamayuri, the Peacock King Ragaraja. And it's very intricate and light. And the other ones, I have to see if that person is present, then I would wear it. This one is easy to wear, but the other ones I just wear it sometimes, or especially when that person is present. So this is the one that I often wear. That's all I would like to say today. Om Mani Padme Hum.